If you're running a retail business, don't let disorganized order fulfillment cause chaos. Use ShipStation instead. From running a business out of your garage to multiple warehouses, ShipStation is ideal for every phase of your growth. Save time with one login for all your stores and by automating tasks. Plus, you'll get the best shipping rates from global carriers. Calm the chaos with the shipping software that delivers. Start a free trial at shipstation.com/audio. That's shipstation.com/audio.
Classic Hit Country 103.9 The Maverick with Kirsch and Emyle at 6:12 on your Thursday morning. And you know, you hear this all the time when the weather's a little funky. Bridges and overpasses. But this morning, we really mean it. They're slick.
Yes, and ice is the one thing that's scary to me. Snow is easy.
That's the only thing that's scary to you?
No, I said one of the things.
Oh.
I meant to say one of the
one thing. I was like, wow, you.
I meant to say one of the things.
No fear, Emily over there. No, seriously, this morning it's weird. At my house, we got some snow. A little closer to the station, not so much. You know, down south of Columbus, not so much. But it was enough, and I think with the rain that fell yesterday, it probably washed the salt off the roads and stuff, so it got a little slick in spots. So watch your bridges, overpasses, that kind of stuff. And we actually do mean it this morning.
And can I just say, I do appreciate how much of a weather nerd you are. It comes in handy.
I am a weather nerd.
I know. I love it. It comes in handy because I don't need to pay attention. I've got you.
That was my backup plan. Like, if radio didn't work, I was going to be a meteorologist. Yeah, so I took a ton of meteorology courses in college.
Everyone had a crush on you. Just saying.
See? There you go.
Missed opportunity, Kirsch. Now you're just a DJ.
If you didn't know this already, Emily has the hots for all meteorologists.
No, I said, okay, this is a whole thing with
Here's
you.
looking at you, Ben Gelber.
I said that it's a thing where people have, like, the hots for meteorologists. I said it was a thing. I never said I did.
People have the hots
Right.
for, and I'm doing air quotes, people have the hots for meteorologists. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I saw this question, so I figured this would be the perfect place to ask since, why not? People in their 40s, what's something people in their 20s don't realize will impact them as they get older? So I'll ask you, Kirsch.
Oh, man.
What impacts you? What do you wish you knew?
When I was in my 20s?
Yeah, as a young 20-something.
Continue to work out and take care of yourself.
So you mean you can't just eat junk food and say, I'll worry about it later?
Oh, in your 20s you can, but just get ready because that catches up with you like that. One day, all of a sudden, you're like, oh, I used to sit down and eat a box of Girl Scout cookies at a time, right? Serving size, one box or one, whatever.
My husband does that all the time.
He will not be able to do that in another 10 years whatsoever. I swear if I did that right now, I would gain 30 pounds.
You know what's funny? I don't think he gains weight. It's not fair.
He's in his 30s. That's why.
That's true. He also, lifts a lot of things.
10 years, it won't matter what he lifts, right? 10 years, if he does that, he's going to gain 30 pounds just from eating a box of Girl Scout cookies. I'll tell you that right now. The other thing I would tell somebody in their 20s that they don't realize that, like, as they get older, this is going to happen. Enjoy the fact that you don't get random pains that think you may be possibly dying.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't have that experience yet. The only thing I can think of, I know I'm only in my 30s, but is just it hurt to go out past a certain time. Like, I have rascal flatts tonight. Do you know how much I'm dreading tomorrow just being so tired? And maybe in pain. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Trust me.
Does it get worse in 10 years?
Yes, it gets worse in 10 years.
So I'll just not want to leave at all past 9 o'clock? Got it.
Right, exactly. But like I said, enjoy the fact that you don't get random pains that make you think you're possibly dying. I can't tell you how many times that I'm like, is this how it ends? I think this might be it.
I found just what Orlando needs, Kirsch.
Oh, no. What is
you ready for this?
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Flying cars are coming to Orlando.
Flying cars,
like the Jetsons. So
Why?
Orlando is literally gearing up to bring flying cars to the region. And it's exactly what they need, don't you think?
How is this going to work? Like, how do they're just going to be like, hey, if you have a car that flies, fly it around, or? So
the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority is looking to partner to develop and operate a flying car launch pad, or landing pad. So I don't understand how it's apparently going to be ready by 2028. And I just don't know who is selling flying cars, first off.
Here's what I want to do. Hold on. I need to go over here. Oh, I can't hit my buzzer. I was going to hit my buzzer, but my buzzer's not going to work. Long story.
So you think this is not going to work?
This is a bad idea? This is a terrible idea. Really bad idea. And I'll tell you why I think this is a bad idea.
I mean, so many reasons come to mind, but please do share.
Number one, have you seen people drive?
Yes, in Orlando specifically.
Just anywhere. I mean, people do not do well. And can you imagine distracted driving while flying? So
No.
that would be terrible. Okay, number two, like, not to be insensitive, but did you see what happened in New York City? Or not New York City, in D.C. a couple weeks back?
Yeah.
Like, two trained pilots with all the training and all the equipment and everything else, had a massive accident and collided midair.
Correct. And I feel like we should know how to drive on the road first. Yes.
Now throw in some random, soccer mom or soccer dad flying their car. No.
Well, and also throw in people who really want to get to Walt Disney World on time.
Well, yeah.
I mean, honestly,
And there's-
or Universal. I mean, can you imagine? I think this is going to be a very bad idea.
Oh, my Lord. The other thing, too, I think I told you about this. Maybe 6 months ago, I had a flight that was supposed to go through Chicago. I was in St. Louis, and I was flying home from St. Louis, and I had a flight that was supposed to go through Chicago, and we sat on the ground in St. Louis for like 3.5, 4 hours or whatever it was, because someone was flying a drone over O'Hare in Chicago. So they had to shut the whole airport down, which fouled up flights coming in from all over the world, because that's an international airport, from England and from, Australia and, well, from like places like Columbus. And it shut down air travel all over the world because this person was flying in a place that they weren't supposed to. And I think people will do that.
The Jetsons is a great TV show. It should just stay that way. I don't think it needs to be real life.
March is one of these months where it's like, I think everybody gets optimistic about how nice it's going to be because we have a few 60 and 70 degree days, and then it'll still snow a foot randomly.
Yes, and that could also happen in April.
Yeah,
so
100%. Yeah, watch bridges, overpasses, on-ramps, off-ramps. They seem to be pretty slick this morning. Having a couple accidents pop up. We'll check with Kelly here in just a second. Speaking of driving, do you know what Waymo is?
I definitely looked it up after you said that name.
Okay.
Something with flying cars.
No, it's not flying cars. It's self-driving. It's basically self-driving Uber.
Oh, no.
So you get on the Waymo app and you order a ride, and a self-driving car shows up and you hop in and it drives you where you need to go.
No, that seems dangerous in so many ways.
It's up and running in Los Angeles, Phoenix, San Diego, San Francisco, and now Austin, Texas. It just launched this week. And yeah, these things.
Done one?
No, I never have.
Would you?
You know what? I think I would do like a very short trip just to try it. Like, okay, pick me up, like in Columbus terms, right? Pick me up at, Hubbard Grill in the Short North and take me to Marcella's or something like that. It's like a mile, and I know it's not going to go more than 25 miles an hour.
You're so much braver than I am. Nope.
That's the only way I would do it, a short trip like that. I just, I don't...
Spirits should trust technology like that. I mean, things go out all the time. So
Let me ask you this, though. So I know you've flown into Tampa and Orlando. Have you been to the Atlanta airport?
Yes.
Okay.
To sprint to my next flight.
So they have those self-driving trains that you get on.
There's not a conductor?
No.
Oh.
You get on that and it just drives itself. And there's, 400 people on that thing.
I thought there was like a conductor.
No.
Okay. Well.
So you've been on self-driving vehicles.
That can't really, that's like a distance thing though. Isn't that just kind of like a loop?
Yeah, but what if it doesn't stop? What if it malfunctions? You're going to go
now I'm never going to travel. I'm just going to drive everywhere. Thank you, Kirsch.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do these. They like I said, I think I would test it.
I truly thought someone was operating it the whole time.
No, those all just drive themselves.
Is there someone operating the monorail at Disney?
Yes, but that's because those are from like the 70s. I can't believe they're not all broken down.
I mean, they break down a lot.
Yeah, it's because they're from 1970.
Wow, I feel like you just ruined all of my hopes and dreams right now.
All right, well, there you go. Waymo, we'll see if it ever comes to Columbus. If it does, I'll try it for a short trip, but I'm going to stick with Uber and Lyft. I'd rather some random stranger drive me around than a computer.
That's so accurate.
Not going to lie, I was completely doing air fiddle during that one, and I think I hurt myself, Emily.
I wish I got video of that. I'm actually really upset with myself.
It's Kirsch and Emyle, classic hit country 103.9 The Maverick. I seriously,
opportunity.
I think my shoulder is done for at least the day. For real.
Well, that's what happens after you turn 40.
Yeah, it is. Pain comes out of places you don't expect it to come out of. Listen, we have to go back and talk about the fact that it's National Dentist Day, because last hour when we mentioned it, you said something that fried my brain, because I was like, oh, what a horrible, thing to celebrate because no one likes to go to the dentist. And what did you say?
I love going to the dentist. I love getting my teeth cleaned. Actually, I opt for an extra cleaning a year, because I love getting my teeth cleaned. Also, sometimes I can use it.
Wait. So, like, you are just like, hey, let me opt in for an extra cleaning?
Yep. Yes. Okay. So, I used to work for a dentist, right? And I learned a lot and how beneficial it is to, take care of your teeth.
Yes.
For other health reasons. Also, my hygienist is just amazing.
So that's a different. Okay, that's a.
What?
The first thing you said, that's a different story about it being beneficial and everything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that. It absolutely is. Amazing hygienist is fantastic.
I think it matters on who you go to. I really do, on your experience. I luckily go to a great dentist, and that's why I think I love going.
I would love to know if anybody else loves going to the dentist. I don't
judging me right now.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Why? It's so fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Because everybody, you know what? You're right. You're right.
I look forward to my dental cleanings and appointments. Now, granted, I don't look forward to, if I need something done with the actual dentist. 99-1039.
Text us. Are you on Team Emily or Team Kirsch? Is going to the dentist fun or not? I say not.
You don't feel better after getting your teeth cleaned.
I mean, honestly, my teeth feel cleaner.
Yeah, and you don't feel like, yes, I can go smile everywhere now.
No, I smile all the time anyhow.
Because you have good teeth and you take care of them.
That has nothing to do with whether it's fun to go to the dentist or enjoyable or not. 99-1039. Yes or no? Do we love? Is the dentist fun?
What dentist hurt you as a child?
No dentist hurt me as a child. I just don't fun to me isn't laying in an uncomfortable chair in a paper bib with drool going down my cheek and having the questions like, hey, how are the kids these days?
They're
like, that's
I know what you're talking about. I talk to my hygienist all the time between breaks.
That conversation, I'm sure, goes great. It's like, hey, how's your son? He seems to be growing up. Kirsch and Emyle, classic hit country 103.9 The Maverick. Emily, I am shocked and humbled at the fact that the text we got about the dentist, we're like 50-50 on this. I've got a couple that say Team Kirsch. I get anxiety from going to the dentist. Not fun at all. I've got some that say I love power tools in my mouth. Said no one ever. Then there's some other ones who are like, I'm with Emily. I love it. It's the wonderful.
I love it. I'm going to wear my I love the dentist t-shirt next time I get my teeth cleaned.
National Dentist Day. What happened with your car keys?
Oh, yeah. So I don't even know how to word this properly. This is going to sound bad, but I got not talking to, but my husband basically made it clear, why do I leave my car keys in my car? And I don't know why, because it's been it's happened a few times lately. Maybe it's getting our child out of the car, and I truly don't know why I keep leaving them in the car. But I felt like a little child who is being irresponsible and needs to learn a lesson.
Why did he give you a talking to?
I don't even know how to word that properly, because he wasn't rude about it. He wasn't rude about it. He was just like, come on, you need to be better about this. He was so nice about it too, but there's no right way to word that.
Okay, so
I do need to be better about it, but I also am getting a bunch of things out of the car and our child who doesn't want to be left alone.
Well, yeah, I mean, as a mom, you're dealing with all of that, right? So your car, does it have the push button start and the remote?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so you don't have to.
It's hard to leave your key in the car.
Yeah, it's so easy. I do that all the time. It'll be in the garage and I pull in and I get my stuff and I go in the house, because when I get in, if you have a car that has a key that you have to turn the key, right?
It stays
easy.
in your keychain a lot better, that's for sure.
Right, and also like, hey, okay, I'm turning my car off and my key is in my hand.
Yes.
We all have the cars now with the push button where it's like you have your key and you get in the car and you throw it down somewhere and start the car and start driving, right?
Well, don't worry, because if my car gets stolen, it's all my fault, which I know.
Well, I mean, I can agree with him on that.
It's like, yes, I can't wait to live with that guilt. I got it.
But is your car in the garage or is it sitting outside?
No. You know why my car's not in the garage like it should be? Because we have cats that are supposed to be in the barn, not in the garage.
But they're in the garage, so you can't put your car in the garage?
Whose fault would that be?
That's a boo. See, I'm on Team Emily on this one because honestly, it's so easy with the way cars are now. Oh, I'm totally on board with you. It's so easy to leave your keys in the car. But I also don't know if I would do it if I was leaving the car outside.
Well, I have no choice, like I said, because we have garage cats that are supposed to be barn cats.
Yeah, you should probably not leave your keys in the car. But I am also on Team Emily that it's like very easy to do with the way cars work these days.
I know. I need to get my life together. I say that every single day of my life.
Well, I'm also on Team Emily when it comes to that. Do you have any smells that sometimes, like, they like take you back to somewhere, like you smell it and it's like, oh, that reminds me of...
Yes, I do.
Are they usually good or bad?
Ooh, usually good, yes.
So give me an example of one.
Well, like if I smell something like cucumber melony, I think of the 90s growing up.
Okay.
There's a certain fragrance my grandma wore. I can't think of like what it's called right now, but if I smell it, it just brings back memories.
Of your grandma and stuff like that. Yeah. So,
why? Why'd you ask?
Well, I had the opposite happen. Usually for me it's the same way. I smell, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something like...
tar.
Yeah,
Fuel.
Tar. Thanks. No, I'm thinking about like, what on earth are you? You're going down a really weird path here. No, here's what happened last night. So, Mrs. Kirsch put new soap in our like half bath on the first floor of the house, right? The one that's right off the kitchen. And I washed my hands with it, and I nearly threw up over the smell of this soap. And I'll tell you why. I've never had this happen before. So there was one time that I was traveling. I was in Tampa, and the hotel that I stayed at had specific body wash. It's in a loft hotel, right? Okay. Or a loft, or however you say it. And there's a bunch of them. I've stayed at those before, and they all have the same scent of their soap. And I still remember it from Tampa because I got sick when I was there, like throwing up sick and everything else, right? And the soap she put in the bathroom smelled exactly like that body wash in that hotel. And when I washed my hands with it, it took me back, and I started like gagging. I'm like, oh my God, it took me back to being sick. It was the weirdest thing. All
the memories. No, I feel like that happens more than you probably think it does.
Have you ever had one like that? Then? Yeah.
Yeah, but I just can't remember the smell. But if I smell it, I'm going to know.
And you'd be like, yeah, that brings back something terrible.
So next time I'll pay more attention. There might be a theme here to what smell brings me back to horrible memories, and I'll let you know.
She looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, oh my God, this soap is just so terrible. Oh my Lord. And I took it and I went and washed my hands with other soap so I could get that out. And then she's like, let's just throw it out. You're going to keep making
the same mistake.
No, she threw it out. She was like, well, let's get rid of it.
So, well, yes, we all have those, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if I was just being too sensitive with this or not. It was the weirdest thing.
No one would ever... You sensitive, please.
So, Emily, let's go through this list of things that they say are nonverbal signs that a woman is flirting with you, even if she doesn't know she's doing them. And I want to see if you agree with these, or if you've ever caught yourself doing these in the past with someone. Of course not now, but...
It's not now.
Right. Because you wouldn't be flirting with somebody.
No, I'm married.
You're a married woman. Okay. So the top 5 signs, according to scientists who did this study, they say she points her feet in your direction when you're talking, particularly if you're in a group.
I don't think I ever paid attention to how my feet were pointed.
I'm going to start paying attention to that when people are talking to me.
Talking to someone. It seems like a lot of effort.
I don't think it's effort that you're putting in. I think it's subconscious. I think a lot of these are subconscious.
No, even to pay attention. I feel like, I don't know.
Well,
on your end, if you were to pay attention to someone's feet, that just seems
that's a tough one.
I'm going to say no. I don't agree with that.
She toys with her hair or her bag when she's around you?
I toy with my hair, but it's more out of like nerves. I don't know why. It just is.
I think that's a classic one. Like if a woman's playing with her hair while she's talking
I don't
to
go
you.
like, flip it back like, they do in Baywatch. I don't do that. If that's what that's talking about.
That was a nice move. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
No one can see it but you.
She licks her lips while you're talking.
No.
You don't
Never
think that's a
did that.
flirting thing?
No, I've never seen any of my single girlfriends do that either.
I'm going to start paying attention to this. She
I don't know.
She modulates her voice when you talk, particularly to make it softer. I could totally
never
see
did
that being
that.
the case.
I've never done that, but I've seen it done, yes.
Yeah, I think that's, you have a friend who's super bubbly, and then all of a sudden she gets around somebody she's into. She's like, hello.
Just like, I'm sweet and innocent.
Yeah,
Nice
exactly.
to meet you.
This one I think is actually spot on. I think this happens. She looks down and away after you make eye contact.
Yes, I can see that. But also, isn't eye contact kind of weird?
I don't think it is.
Okay, sometimes I do. Because I'm like, what are you thinking about? Are you peering into my soul? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Anxiety kicks in.
Well, yeah. I mean, you just take a deep breath. So, okay, a couple of those you agree with, but
Yes.
I'm gonna start paying attention to where the feet are pointing and if the lips are
weird.
being lipped.
You know what? Next time someone talks to you and they're pointing their feet in a certain direction, you should call them out.
And then I'll see if they're talking like this.
Yeah. You're like, oh my gosh, you're flirting with me. How
Like,
sweet.
they
I'm
wouldn't
married.
do it. I'm wearing my ring all the time. So, okay, Emily, I've got a question for you. It's Classic Hit Country 103.9 The Maverick with Kirsch and Emily. Do you carry cash?
I sometimes do, yes.
Do you think I carry cash?
Nope. You sure don't.
You say
You're a
that with
tech guy.
confidence.
Yeah, you're a tech guy.
I surprise myself when I have cash in my wallet. I do right now, actually.
Oh, it's like finding treasure.
It is. It's like somebody's like, oh, yeah, I bought Girl Scout cookies the other day, and they're like, we can take Venmo or cash. And I'm like, oh, I'll Venmo you. Wait, I have cash. And I gave them cash. So I was so excited.
One, I love that you're supporting the Girl Scouts. And two, that's just crazy to me, the Venmo. Of course, I use it all the time, though.
Why
So it
is
shouldn't be
Venmo crazy to you?
Because when I was a Girl Scout, it was only cash or check. You know?
I mean, like some of them take Square and you can do a credit card and all that kind of, it's 2025.
I know. I just need to get with the times.
So you do carry cash sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah. It just depends.
What's the last thing you paid for in cash?
My nails, actually, like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, because sometimes you get discounts with cash. And I'm all about a discount.
So I read this story that it's only about 30% of the population now actually has cash on them at any time.
That's what we learned earlier. I love being in the minority.
Yeah, well, you said sometimes. What about a check? Let's talk about old school payment methods. Do you write checks for anything?
Sometimes, yes. Like to the IRS, I feel like that was the last check we wrote.
Oh Lord, don't even talk to me about. That's just the worst, isn't it?
Yes. So it hurts my heart every time I'm writing that, but I think that might honestly have been the last time. Because can you pay online, but they charge you extra, don't they?
Yeah. They charge you extra for that. What about? Oh, the people who write the checks that just make my head explode.
Who?
The grocery store check payer.
Oh, yes. Who holds up the line? Wait, do the grocery store still take checks?
I think so. I think they do.
Oh, I thought they got rid of those.
Because there's always that person, somehow they end up in front of me, where it's like they don't even write, Kroger on the check or the date or sign it or anything and wait for their total. They're like, okay, what's my total? Okay, today is March 6th, 2025. It's like, okay, come on.
The thing with checks is I write them so rarely, I forget how to do it sometimes.
Right?
I'm like, wait, what do I? So I have to look at old ones, and I'm like, oh yes, that's right.
Does anybody write checks regularly? I'd like to know. It's 991039. You can text us about that because
so he can judge you.
Yeah, 100%. Drives me nuts. A new poll found that 72% of Americans don't feel like they have enough privacy in a public bathroom because someone could peek in through the gaps at the door at any moment.
Okay, maybe I'm obviously the minority here, but I don't think the gaps are very easy to see through.
Some are.
Okay.
You've never been in a public restroom where you're like, okay, that gap is really big and you can like see people walking around outside the stall?
No, I guess I haven't really paid attention because I'm like, I gotta go.
Okay, we're finding a common theme here. Like, Emily doesn't pay attention to much.
No, but like, I'd never really experienced that. Is that just the guy's bathroom?
Now, I can't imagine that they suddenly build the women's restroom with no gaps. Like, this says 72% of Americans. It doesn't say men.
There's gaps, but not like that. I just look at people's shoes. Or maybe I'm just respectful.
I need to live life the way you do, just not paying attention to stuff.
No, okay, I pay attention to things. You're going to like, make it seem like I'm just out here in La La Land. But maybe I just also am a good person and respect people's privacy and don't peek in the stalls.
That's correct. But you're assuming way too much about other people.
Yeah, that's true. I am. I like
there
to
are
see
a lot of creeps, men and women.
But I guess the ones I've only noticed are just small, or I just wouldn't go in a bathroom that had a big gap. Now I'm going to pay attention to every public restroom I use.
They all have these big gaps in the doors, and it's like, well, you can kind of see in and see. I don't like it.
Yeah, well, apparently I might not either once I pay attention to it.
Seriously, I can't believe you've never noticed that.
Because I guess the ones I've noticed aren't that big.
72% of Americans.
Look, Kirsch, not all public restrooms are built the same, okay?
Agreed. Von Mar at Polaris, you've got your own room, basically.
Do you think I can afford to walk into Von Mar?
No, but neither can I, but I love their bathrooms.
So you just go in and go, I guess I'm going to buy something, I promise.
It's the best bathroom at Polaris Mall.
Good to know.
There's no gaps in the doors there.
Good to know.
Fancy.
I will keep that in mind next time I'm shopping for whatever they sell.
Pay attention. The stalls here have gaps.
No, but okay, have you not noticed? No one is here when we're here.
Well, you know what? Next, just pay attention to the stupid stall gap next time you're in there.